Christmas 2025. Hopefully this is the final day of setup as we're getting close to the Christmas itself. So this is where the village and the computer room is going to go. This is the new table we built this year. Just put all this boxes in here for now. These were used in the living room display. Well, this appears to be empty, but I was going to use that here. Did I not use it here? I used it somewhere else. Did I put it in the... What the heck? Oh, I did use it in here. Okay. That's fine. I've just been kind of stuffing lamps under here. It's just a way to store them for the year because they take up a lot of space. I'm not going to be able to fit all of them under here, but fit some of them under here. Let's see if we can get this one under there too. That's a close call. But it fits. Okay. So now we'll put something else over there. Might put this, I'm not sure. This or a tree. No. That can go there maybe. Yeah, that works. Alright, so the first thing we need to do is put the snow down. I guess that's not relevant anymore. It's a little noisy over here. Frank's. So just like the one in the living room, this one should have been painted white as well, but it's not. Oh well. Paper. So what we need to do with this snow here, ideally, and this I may not have enough, I don't know, but ideally this will go all the way down to the floor. Did that get wet, or is that just like that? Oh, that really is poor quality wood. So what I'd like to do is have it to go like this to hide the lamps. Just gonna have it just gonna be like that. But we're gonna need quite a bit of it to do that. Well, we seem to have a lot here. You know, quite possibly we might do something different if we just put this like this. And if we put this other piece like this, that might give us enough cover. This piece is smaller. Okay, we'll have enough. Yeah, we'll be able to do this just fine. That's great. I wasn't sure if we were going to have enough or not, but looks like we will. I don't think we'll even need these messy pieces. So you want this to just barely go down all the way. I don't want it to drag on the floor. It looks much better this way, but I don't do it this way in the other rooms because there's stuff underneath it. That's a pretty good fit. Yeah, that works. Keep it down. I'm making a video. No, I'm not liking the way this is sitting on here. Not liking this either, but I think it's better. You really want to have one continuous piece, but it's just not really possible with the lengths of the pieces that we have. Yeah, no matter what you do with this, it's not going to look right because it should be a continuous piece. Oh well, I don't have that. So we're just going to have to make do with it as it is this year. Oh well. maybe if it's in the budget this next year, we'll get a new piece that is, you know, this whole size and it just drapes over properly. I want to clean this glitter up before it gets... Yeah, this is just going to track all over the house here. That outlet's full too. Okay, so start with these individual houses. We're going to need a lot of power bars for this. There's going to be a lot of houses on here. There's a free gift in there. I don't know what that would have been. Oh no. It doesn't have the power cords. That's not good. I don't have anything on hand to replace that. Hopefully it's a one-off. I know you can buy them, but not doing that this year. At this rate, we're so close to Christmas. If I tried to buy one and ship it here, the stupid postal service is so screwed up this time of year, it probably wouldn't even get here in time. Okay, this one's got a unit here. The belt still works. I don't know where that's supposed to go. Oh, I think it goes up there. It's a touch bent. That's better. Well, we're going to have to set this one aside because that might have to go back in the box. This camera apparatus gets so hot. These are copyright 2004, so this puts this at a similar date to the other stuff. At 25 bucks in 2004, that was a lot of money. This is probably missing the cord too, isn't it? Oh, this stinks. I think these are probably all missing the cord. Yep, they're all missing the cord. This stinks. I can't use these. I have one cord. I'm gonna have to price these out. I highly doubt I can afford these this year because we're gonna need probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, probably 7 or 8 of them. That really stinks. Let me see what I can come up with. Okay, I just ordered them. They're about $25 for 8, which is what we're gonna need. It's a lot of money, but if I don't buy that, then the investment I made into all these houses is worthless. So I'll have to wait a couple days for that to come in, and then we'll have to finish setting this up later. I don't like the way these are packaged. This is very difficult to work with. Just shut. That bulb looks good still. No! Ah, ugh. You know what the problem is the boxes. These boxes are really flimsy. Cheap junk boxes is the problem. Oh, these probably will look nice once the lights are present. The Victorian series. Oh no, there's a busted window. Somebody broke into the florist shop, stole the power cord. The lighthouse came with the cord. I think I bought this at a separate time though. Yeah, this is different. Nothing to do with the other ones. Missing the power cord. Wrong assistance away for the holidays. Okay, that's all the houses that were miscellaneous. I don't know why that's making so much noise now. Something's like creaking on there. It's kind of annoying. That sounds like the blades creaking on the irons. No, it's not the blades. I wonder if it's the bearings. Might be the bearings. Because if it was the blade, you'd hear the sound going around. It's probably the stinking bearings. Alright, you know what? Let's see what we got here. There's a lot more houses than I thought there were. I guess the surface area of this table is smaller than I expected. Well, it's a good thing half of these don't work, so I don't have to worry too much about trying to put all these out. Is this upside down? Yes, it is. That's why there's the arrows. Duh. Stupid. Pay attention. So some of these didn't work. You know what? I think that we might just use the accessories only. There's this stinking thing. This is totally disproportionate to everything else that's here. And so are these two. These things stand up pretty good. That's unusual. Oh, here we go with the stinking tape again. I don't understand why people do this. The bubble wrap is not going anywhere. It's inside a box. Why does this need to be taped multiple times in multiple directions? That's so ridiculous. Not all like that. Why? Why do we need to wrap so much tape around things? I'm not even going to be able to reuse this wrap now because I just have to cut it in so many ways because there's so much stinking tape everywhere. Why do people do this? It doesn't make any sense. Like, seriously, this, if you wrap this a couple times and stick it in the box, it's not going to come apart. Why do we need to do this? This is psychotic. This was wrapped so tight, it's actually broke. Don't get this. Do not get it. See it all the time, and I never understand it. Yeah, this was wrapped so tight that this broke off of here, so I'll have to get that fixed. This one's probably the same way. This is under so much tension that it's at risk of breaking. This is just such an irrational way to wrap things. What do you think is going to happen to the bubble wrap? This is just like, it's just pure tape. Those two were good. Alright, so we said that we were going to use this, and this in here because it just matches better. And we're also going to use these lampposts in there as well. And unfortunately, that's kind of a wrap on this because I don't want to set everything up and then move it again when I get the cords in. It's going to make a mess, so I'm just going to kind of lay these out here like this, because I want to put all the boxes away today. These are nice lampposts. They're metal, heavy enough they don't tip over, and they are high pressure sodium. They look nice with this set. Okay, so I don't think we're going to use those houses this year because there's just so much what are you plowing? The road is clear. Oh no, did that just put more stinking salt? I think it did. Dang it. I was gonna go out somewhere tonight. Now I don't want to because there's more salt on the stinking road. so now we can put all this away. This I was going to put in the room here. Put this here at my computer. Yeah, that's kind of annoying. Alright, so we'll clean this up later. I'm not sure that these two pieces are going to stay because they don't quite match everything else. I'll see what we can rearrange. But that's it for now on that. I think half these weren't working anyways, if I'm remembering the test results correctly, so I'll revisit these another time. At least we got the figures and stuff out of this. That was good. The trees. So that can be put away. We're going to need at least 2 power bars under here. That one would work. Use that one. And use that one. And that should be enough power bars for this. Oh, I got this out to put in here as well. Kind of matches those other two. It's not really straight, but we can fix that. I guess real trees don't grow straight half the time anyways. Okay, so that's this for now. Can't do nothing with that. We're at a standstill for the next couple of days until that comes in. So now let's pack up this cord's gonna get wrecked. Let's pack up this these village boxes. We'll take these downstairs, get this cleared out. Actually, this can go at the computer desk as well. These used to go on the mirror in the bedroom, where when the village was on the dresser there. I don't want to put those in a window because I feel like the sun's just going to wreck them. So I haven't used those in the last couple years. Maybe we'll figure out where to use those next year. These are incandescent and they just burn through batteries in like a half an hour. So they're bright and they look nice, but they're not practical. They don't have a AC power hookup. I should probably modify that so it does. Okay, so these two boxes can go back down. This goes in the closet in the other room here. Alright, so I'm going to do some work getting this stuff downstairs. Once I get all the stuff we're done with downstairs, then we'll come back in here and put some more lights. Or maybe I'll do that tonight, I don't know. I'll see if I can kind of shift everything around such that tonight when I finish those one or two boxes of lights, it's easy to put those downstairs. It's starting to get dark out, so we're going to do some more lights in here. I want to put some novelty lights around the window here and then up and down a wall here. So I have quite a few different strings that we're going to use. So here's the M&M lights I thought I was missing. Do I have strings of any colored strings like that left? These are really attractive lights. Are these lights? I guess so. To put that at the computer. Okay, so here's the M&M lights. These are probably from the very late 90s or very early 2000s. They use 6-volt bulbs. Do not deliberately reposition either contact, but it's okay to do it accidentally. These are made by Minami. And these are a total pain in the neck because they always fall off. I'm not sure if we even have them all anymore. I think some of them have gone missing over the years. Well, only one has. That's not bad. Yeah, I think this is a 90s set. It's got that really thin wire. $19.96. And this needs to be relamped. See how it flashed when it turned on? I mean, some of the bulbs are not the right size, not the right wattage. So we'll have to deal with that at some point. Oh, is it not missing any? Huh. Okay, I guess it's not missing any. Alright, cool. So we have these, and we also have those like water drop shaped chocolates. I forget what they're called. It's another Hershey's product. I think I saw it in here. Here it is. Yeah, these. I don't know where the box is. Or maybe we just don't have it. I don't know. These suffer from the same problem in the sense that these all fall off of here. These haven't been used in quite a few years. I don't know why we're getting all this stuff out again. A string of, yeah, there's, oh, it's got half white bulbs in it. That's not what I wanted. Yeah, some of these are kind of novelty type strings. These are very old. I wonder if these are working. These are not end-to-end connectors, so this might have to be the last one that goes on at the end. See if these are working. They're halfway working. Now they're fully working. Those should be relamped. Those bulbs are so worn out. Not even look like colored lights anymore. Okay, so it looks like this is all working. Oh no, this is a stupid flasher bulb in it. I hate those. Take that junk out of there in a minute. This is a string of, I think it's probably 6 volts. This is also from 96, and it is 6 volt bulbs. All right. See if I got a 6 volt, 6 volt the bulb. These are the bulbs I want to put in the window candles in here. I like these bulbs a lot. All right, here we go. 2.5. That's not what we want. We could replace it all with 12. It would last a lot longer that way. 12, uh-oh. 12. 12. 12. 12. Okay, so we don't have any 6 volts. Is it 2.5? Is it probably all 2.5? All right. Do not separate. Okay. Holy cow. These are 3.5. These is all 3.5. Some indicator bulbs. These are kind of cool. I remember buying these at the dollar store back in the 2000s to use in the window candles, just because they were a unique shape. No, well, this is not good. I don't have any 6-volt bulbs available. Flashing piece of junk. Well, there's still hope. There could be one in this box here. .5 the volts, 12 the volts, 7. We might have to just go with a 7. That should be fine, I think. I think at worst it'll just be a little bit dim. All that's left in there is the stupid flasher bulbs, of course, because I don't like those. Well, we got a handful of 7 volts here. I don't know why, because I'll never use it, but we'll keep this stupid flasher bulb and we'll stick this back in here as if I'm going to use it ever again. Yeah, it's not quite the right fit, and you can tell because when you plug it in, it kind of flashes like that. It gets real bright at first. So this is not correct. This should be 6, but we knew that because that's what the tag says. But I don't have it, so I have to order some more. All right, so these are both working here. These are horrifically tangled though. Yeah, I think these are even more of a pain in the neck than the M ones because these are heavier. They fall off easier. Nice lead wire on this set. Don't see that much anymore. Oh man, this is really tangled bad. What the heck? understand how it even gets like this. Well, heed the warning for next year. These need to be put away differently. I don't think I even put these away because these were used at my grandparents' house for many years. And then for some reason they just stopped using a lot of the novelty lights on the tree. And so I got a bunch of them. And I'm pretty sure this was in that selection. So I think my grandfather put these away last time. I'm surprised he didn't do something better than this. It's kind of unlike him to allow the string to get to this point. Oh, this is really bad. This is not an end-to-end connection either. I guess we'll use this one as the last one and we gotta go through and check the pattern on this too. I think the pattern is all messed up. Okay, that was a little bit dreadful. Oh, actually, the pattern is pretty much correct. Okay, great. Oh, all right, so we'll put this, we'll start over here with these lights. And then we'll do the M&M ones next. What's this? Lights. I gotta find somewhere else for these to live for the rest of the season too. I'll have to do something over here to kind of pull this out to the side. Maybe I can clip this on here. I don't want to cook that wire either, though. I guess it'll be okay. I don't know if we should try to coil that wire up a little bit, maybe. Probably we should. That'll work. Just take some of the extra slack out of there. It'll look a little better that way. See what other strings do we have here that are kind of interesting. I want to put that somewhere. Let's see, maybe we can use something out of here. I think there is a couple of shorter strings in here. Yep. Use end-to-end connection. I don't think so. Oh, they are end-to-end connection. Okay, maybe I'll use these. I want to use those somewhere. That is not end-to-end connection. That's not end-to-end connection. That's end-to-end connection. We got these doobly lights, we could use those maybe. Those here, I have to fix those. Okay, maybe we'll finish it with a string of these, because these are old. Same era probably. Looks like this string has the pure yellow in it, which I really like. And it is end to end. Okay, let's use this. Use this string, and we're going to use this string in there somewhere else. This might be a Frank's product. You can tell by the very, very short bulbs. Yeah, I think these will look good here. Setup process might be a little tedious, but it'll be worth it. Don't need those on anymore. These do have a nice pure yellow to them. It's nice. Well, they were working. Oh, for heaven's sakes. There's a stupid flasher bulb in there. Why the heck would you want that trash? Alright, now we gotta figure out. The whole dang thing is a stupid flashing freak show. Alright. We gotta find out how many volts this is. Not happy about this being a stupid flashing freak show. Two, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 2, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, so it's a 35, so this is probably a 3.5 volt set. So let me take this piece of garbage out of here, and let's get a 3.5 and see if that works. .5. There's only 2 left. We might use them both. Stupid flashing bulb, regular bulb. Get that piece of junk out of there. Dang it, it's the wrong voltage. Did I count this wrong? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That's 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a 35 set string. 35 and 35 is 70. 70, 80, 90, 100, 105. It doesn't quite math. What is it? Is it a? It's not, I don't think it's a 6 volt. Let's see if it says on here. Probably doesn't. These are. I don't think the original information tag is present. Well, then what the heck? If there's 120 the volts and 35 bulbs, it's a 3.4. So it is a 3.5 volt bulb. So there must be a discrepancy in the wattage then. Oh, this isn't good. See if I have any other 3.5s. Are there any of these 3.5? Well, those are worthless because you can't separate them. That's 6 volts. I suppose we could do a 6 volt and just it'll be dim. At least it'll be eating up the voltage still. Those are the same. Dumb bag of dumb fuses I never use. Well, the bag's not dumb, just the fuses that are dumb. Well, you know, we have I have these which are more period correct. Maybe these will be the right wattage. There's email in here. I guess these aren't as old as I thought they were. Well, let's try one of these. Let's see if this is the right wattage. This is not really supposed to be a white bulb anyways. Duh. Stupid. Dang it. Alright, so that's not the right wattage either. So now 2 bulbs have been wasted. I'm not happy about that at all. Well, it's neither of these. And 3.5 is a pain in the neck. It's not it's not easy to get replacements because there's no 3.5s at the store anymore. So you can't just buy a string and throw out the rest. Not that that's a good model anyways, but well, I'm not really sure. That's 12 volts. I don't know what we're going to do here. I don't have bulbs for this string. Does this specify what the wattage is? For 35 bulb strings. But it's not working. I wonder if there was any spare bulbs in that box. It wouldn't surprise me if there were. I vaguely remember there being some. Here we go. Now, if these are going to work or not, I don't know. But these were with that string, so these are probably going to work. Let's see what we got here. I'm not sure what these are. What is this information? We're using 70. This is useless. This doesn't tell you anything. This side is as useful. I have no idea what the voltage is on these bulbs. Well, I guess we'll try these. I'd hate to waste an old bulb, but I feel like this is our best shot. Let's see, what color is it supposed to be? Yellow. Can't tell because this stupid thing doesn't stay on. This is just making me so aggravated to see this flashing like this. I guess everybody has different preference, but to me this is just obnoxious and annoying. It goes yellow, blue, red, green. Yellow, blue, red, green. So it should be a red. I think these on the right here are red. These are short bulbs. These are like the ones from Frank's. And it works. It's not the right size. It's very, very short. These are definitely for a Frank's set, but these bulbs work. So it's not a voltage issue, it's a wattage issue. And I don't know what wattage these are because it doesn't say. I wish it said the wattage, because now I don't have a way to source more because I don't know what spec we need. You know what? I'll ask Kevin. I bet he knows what the wattage of these is, because I know he likes those Frank's lights, and quite frankly, so do I. You know what? Maybe the package for those Frank's lights will specify. Get this junk out of here. This should be a red too. Perfect match. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that these bulbs are the same. So what does this claim? No information on there. Well, let's see if we can prove the concept first before we waste any time trying to find out. Let's take one of these bulbs and swap it out and see if it works in this set. And then if it works, I will try to pursue this information further. Of course, the base is different. It works. Alright, so we need to find out what the wattage of these bulbs are. And that will give us the answer to what we need. There's some information here. .05 to 0.8 amps. What the heck kind of nonsense is that? 2.5 to 3 volt lamps only. It does not specify the wattage, but what we can do is we can plug this in. We can take a measurement of the total wattage and then cut that by 100, and that will tell us what the wattage is. So I think we'll be able to find out. Well, actually, I suppose we could just do that with this string too. Duh. All right. So we know that this works with these, so I'm going to keep that together with that for now. In case any of these go out throughout the year, that's what we use to replace the it. Something's loose around here. Oh no. Okay, good. Those are all working still. Let's tie up the slack on this a little bit. These are the same type things that's on like a tree topper star. I don't think I've ever seen a whole string of them like this. This is kind of unique. I quite like it. Yeah, it looks nice there with those two novelty lights, and these are a good continuation of the novelty lights theme. And this is a nice string. I really quite like this. And it looks like we'll have a pretty good amount. It'll just barely go down to the floor. Okay, so we'll have that. And then we'll add a fiber optical tree. That's nice. And we'll have this here too. All right, that's good. I like that. So now let's see, what should we do over here with the doorway? I think I might move that table over. Or, well, let's see, if all this stuff's not in the way. Maybe if I just push this over to the right. Maybe that will be good enough. And all this will get moved. Make sure that the microphone did not come disconnected there. I lost the connection in one of the previous videos. I guess the camera hit something, or it was working under the village table, and the microphone wire must have been hit just right that it came disconnected. And unfortunately, oh, for heaven's sakes, the microphone quality of the Ghost Pro Media Mod microphone is abysmal. Alright, these stupid flasher bulbs, I hate them. Where's that trash? It's going to be hard to tell because you can't see the bulbs very clearly. You have got to be kidding me. What? I think it's this one. Yep. That's what I think of those. Alright, so this is a string of, let's see, does it just tell us what the voltage is? It's a string of 20 lamps. I think it's going to be a 6 volts. Six-volt bulbs. All right. I think I have 6-volt bulbs. Well, I have 7, which is not quite correct, but it's better than that stupid flashing garbage. Why the heck would you want the lights to turn on and off like they're broken? It's just dumb, stupid and dumb. Hate those. Alright. I have to order some 6-volt bulbs, and then I have to have a conversation with Kevin about the amperage of those Frank's ones, and then we'll need to order some 3.5s that match. Alright, hopefully nothing else starts flashing in here. Really getting tired of it. Yeah, this is wrong, but hopefully we'll get us by until I can order some of the correct ones. Okay, that was annoying. So over here, what we're going to do is we'll put a tree there. Maybe we'll put a little fiber optical tree. Let's see, we've got that one, and we've got, I think this one I'm going to put downstairs in the studio maybe. So I think I'm going to put this one here. that one, yeah, that's quite a bit larger than I had envisioned, but that's okay. We'll put some lights, some white lights down there on that ivy, and then we'll have a light string that comes up around the door, stops there, plugs in those two things, and then second string that come around here. So I got to figure out what kind of length we need for that. I wonder if these would be the right length. Let's check the it. I think that string is going to be too long. This might be right around the right length. Let's see. Put that there. Put that down there like that. This is actually a pretty good length. It's not going to be quite long enough to get to where I wanted it to go, but that's okay. We'll just use an extension. Actually, for the sake of ease of connection, because this is too long anyways, maybe it would make sense to just kind of drape this over and plug it into the same spot. As those C9s. Yep, I think that's going to make good sense. Put that in right there. It's just such an eye hazard. And I can just get one tack. Actually, I'll take this tack off of here because this is not really a spot where it's falling down. And I'll pull this over like this. Good. Okay, so now, what if I have another string like that? Probably do. So that tree has both lights and fiber optics. I wonder if I should change it to have maybe put that tree here, and then I just feel like this is going to look very nice over here to have both the lights and the fiber optics. So I think I'm going to put this here instead. And it's a little bit more narrow, it's less overbearing. This was a little bit too overbearing for that position. So now I'll take this, turn it around. This will drop down. I'll get into here. Maybe I'll plug it in at the other end. How many, what is the input on this? 16 watts, that's nothing. Not gonna be a problem. I'm gonna pull this taut. This has a couple bulbs out. We gotta do some maintenance on this. Hopefully this is a standard 2.5 volt string, because this needs quite a few bulbs, and I don't have very many of those 3.5s left. Let's see if this tells me what the rating is. .5, good. It's 2.5 volt string, so we can change all that. Get this out of here for the moment. Okay. That looks good. Let me see if we can find, I gotta find a string of like 50 white for there. I think I have one in the garage. I have one right here. Something flaky happened to this, but assuming the bulbs are not burnt out. Oh no, this is not going to work. This has no end. Let me see if that one in the garage exists. That one in the garage, if it exists, can just go for it in a bag. We're going to use this one instead, because this one is vintage, and I don't think that other one was vintage. Of course, this one is also a knotted mess, which is unfortunate. Let's see if this is working. It is. So we use this to go all the way around that door, and this to go on the plant. Here we go with the dang tape again. There's nothing like vintage Christmas lights. The colors are different. These have a nice yellow instead of orange. This is just yellow, green, red, and blue. This is the color scheme I like. Yep, it's getting warm in here. That's what I was hoping for. Now we can use this fan. I was hoping to put enough lights that it really gets pretty hot in here. So this will start down there like that, and this will come up, go there, and this will go over here like that. It might be a little bit too much. That's a lot of lights. I don't think I can fit that many lights on this. I don't think I can fit this many lights on this plant here without it just getting a little bit ridiculous. Well, I guess we can make it work. It's a little more than I'd prefer, but it'll work. We'll make it work. Oh, that just introduced another glitch. This is not long enough to plug in down here. So we're going to have to move this up like this, which I'm not happy about. That's got to go into here. That's capped off for some reason. That's stupid. And then this is going to have to go into here. And now this needs to get held up over there like that. Yeah, this is way more lights than I would have preferred on this plant, but we'll make do. Oh yeah, it's getting nice and hot in here now. Excellent. Now we get to enjoy some fans too. This is a really interesting tree. I've never seen one that has both fiber optics and pre-lit mini lights. Ding! Ding! Well, it's not quite as clean as I had imagined it, but that's a result of the string not being the right size. That's okay, it still looks nice. Okay. So now we have 2 fiber optical trees left. Wonder where we should put them. Decorative lamps. From the Walmart. Ooh. These have to go on blocks of wood so that they go above the computer screen. This block is for something else. That has something to do with a fan in the summertime. These silicone bulbs are pretty cool. I like these, but I'm not going to use them for this particular application though. Cool, they all work. Three flame tip. No, just flame bulbs. 3 flame bulbs. And 1 unopenable package. We'll need these bulbs for the village, so I'll just leave these here. Three flame bulbs, like a bee. Bzz. Connected. Connected. Great. Let's see if we can rearrange this box such that that box is more easily accessible on the top, because that's got a good mix of everything in it. Why does that sound like that? Huh. That's quite the way to set that up. Stupid flasher bulbs still work, but they're not worth anything to me. Okay, great. That's a little bit better now. More logically ordered. You're still going to need this stuff, so leave that box out for a while longer. I think we're pretty much done with everything in here for now. I think we might use this set in the bedroom. The rest of these can go in here for now. Oh, maybe this can go in there too. It's not seeming likely. Although I'm pretty sure this came out of here, so. I guess that's okay. That's very noisy. I need a third tree. I have plenty of them, but I need one that's not too tall. Or maybe what I'll do is I'll put that like that, and then I'll put this over here. Yeah, that works. I'll put this here. Oh wow, it's got a nice long lead wire to it. It's not fitting in here very nicely. The problem that we're running into is that this is going to... Oh, wait a minute. Can I put this underneath here and then plug it in? That would work. Well, it is possible if I can physically plug it in or not. That's the question. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to position this like this, and I'll plug in these power supplies underneath here like so. Why is that one not working? There are 3 power supplies plugged in. Maybe it's switched off. Good. That was all that was wrong. This is a real C6 candelabra. This is the equipment where the phrase, "If one goes out, they all go out," comes from. Because these are series circuits and there's no shunt. So when one of the bulbs burns out, the circuit opens and the current stops flowing. C6 is very cool. We gotta do something different here in the hallway because these Frank's lights, although they look great, is not working for connecting this stuff up. So I think what I'm gonna try to do is use strings of 50. We'll hook this and then hope that maybe the string ends somewhere in the range of like here to here, and then I can connect the snowflake and, you know, kind of keep going like that. So what I'll probably do is take these Frank's lights and just put them here where there's nothing that needs to connect. Because I do want to use these. They're just not going to work for this particular application. So this is all knotted up here. Oh, that's great. That tack's about to fall out. That would be catastrophic. So now the hope with this is that it'll end somewhere over there in the region that we can plug in a snowflake to this. Unfortunately, this is a lot of burnt out bulbs. And it's still quite a bit longer than is desirable. I'm not sure how we're going to solve this. Even if I put it all the way up this wall, it's still really too long. Well, maybe I could drape it down the could drape it around the top here a little bit. Eat up a few inches maybe. I suppose I could push a little bit back down here. Because then what I can do is I can turn this around and the wire can just go up to the top like that. But it's gonna be a little too long, but nothing crazy. Okay, good. So I still got to use the green Frank's lights. And now we've got the snowflake hooked up. It's a shame that this can't just... It just barely doesn't reach. I suppose what I could do is I could just swap these. It'll save me a lot of trouble just to do that. Now this, I forgot, this should have been relamped. You can see we have 2 different wattages of bulbs here. So this might all blow out at some point. And we'll have to just deal with that when the time comes. So now we got to see if we can get a string of lights to stop right about here. And that's not going to be easy. So I have some strings of 50 in here. Maybe that's in the past tense. I had some strings of 50. If I don't, I know I saw some in the other box. Here we go. Here's a string of 50. So let's see if we can get lucky with this alignment here. That ends there like that. How far will this go? It doesn't go anywhere. That's kind of a joke. It doesn't even go down to the floor. It's got to at least go all the way down to look right. I think a string of 100 would probably become too long. Is this a string of 12? It's got pass-through, that's kind of unusual. Those vintage ones are not end-to-end connection, so those aren't going to work for this application. Well, let's see what we can do with the string of 100. If it starts here, and it goes over to here, and then it falls. This is probably going to be way too long. Unless if I really try not to stretch it out at all. This just has no interest in staying in place down here, which is annoying. Really? Never had this much difficulty getting a stupid thing to hold on to attack. The heck is the problem here? I don't like to do it that way, but this is not leaving me any other choice. And the problem with this is that it's likely going to stretch out over time. So that looks okay today, but tomorrow morning it might be all stretched out on the floor. So and that kind of will work. We'll need to coil this back a little bit. Now we could do one of two things here. We can connect this like this, bring it all the way to the bottom, and take it back up and grab both of these here in the middle. So, which I think is probably the best way to do it. We need to get this troubleshooting nonsense off of here, because that just looks ridiculous. I know how to troubleshoot a light fixture. Don't need that ridiculous thing on there. So now what we'll do is we'll put this here like this. And we'll grab another string, hook it onto there, and then go around to there. So probably need a string of 100 because the spacing is so short. We've already gone through 150 lights. Meanwhile, this Frank string, which is 100, goes all the way down. It's just a function of the bulb spacing. Put that on there. And this one, I want this to get plugged in right around here. I like the look of it pulled taut better, but because of these games we're playing with the spacing, we don't necessarily have a choice. That's not great, but I think that's a little better than just running extension cords everywhere. Oh, this is not acceptable. Okay, so we're gonna have to change this. We're gonna have to move this one over here and this one over here. Will that solve the problem? No, that doesn't solve the problem at all. Okay, so we still have a problem. That's ridiculous. That needs to hang straight. So we have too much tension on this side. Now this is just getting annoying. Not sure how we're going to fix this. This is how we're going to fix this. Why that keeps coming off there. It barely goes in, but it comes right out. I hate when physics work like that. It's stupid, dumb physics. Good, that time it didn't come out. Just have to yell at the physics a little bit sometimes. All right, I think I can live with it like that. And this is still fine, so the vaporizer can be there. Actually, I need to turn that back on. Here's the plug-in. Ow. Yeah, this isn't great, but of the options available, I think this was the best. Fills in the hallway nicely.